What's up, guys? We are back, and hopefully from here on out we can be back consistent with our videos and not troubleshooting videos, but like getting in some good content. We're ready to start getting back to some good content, getting out and doing some stuff. So we got a lot of stuff lined up. We're almost done with the kitchen. That's the shelves laying right there. I've got those cleared. Gonna put those in this afternoon. And by the end of the video, we will give you guys a walkthrough to show you where we've been and what we've been doing. So the only thing that it's showing me now is these. So that oil temp sensor, we're not worried about that. I know what that is. But I've got a lean condition. And when it's idling, it's sitting there kind of trying to stir. So I'm thinking I got a vacuum leak somewhere. I'm thinking. The only place that I've kind of been suspicious of is right here where the EGR goes in. There's a little O-ring on that tube, and that O-ring has a tear in the bottom. Not all the way through, but it's like an O-ring with a little flare, and the flare is tore off. So it's possible, I'm thinking, that we're sucking air right there. All right, guys, well, I went to town and got a new O-ring, and I pulled the EGR tube out, and this is all that was left. Last time I looked at this thing, it was not this bad. It just had like a little tear in it. But some point it just completely gone. And I don't know where the other half is. I guess it's sucked into the intake maybe. I don't know. So that's all that's left. So that could explain our vacuum leak. So we're gonna put the new one on. Still wants to die when we rev up. Still showing misfire. Okay. So still showing a misfire, but that engine sounds way better. So whatever it is, it's not bad. Okay. So it just showed a multi-cylinder misfire code, which is kind of a bummer. But that motor sounds good. That is absolutely the best that it has sounded. All right, guys. First of all, let me apologize for the glare that was on the first part of this video. I had grease and junk all over my phone and didn't really realize it till just now. So hopefully this is a little bit better shot. So here's where we are. It's running way better. Like, it actually cranks and like idles fairly smooth. Like, if you didn't know that it was throwing a misfire code, you just standing there listening to it, you really wouldn't notice. Nothing like what it was before. So we have definitely made an improvement. But I'm still getting the P300 random multi-cylinder misfire code. So what we did yesterday, Andrew and I, we pulled all the coil harnesses, unplugged all the coils. We got us a pin sheet of what everything is, unplugged everything back there, and went through and checked our voltage, checked ohms. I mean, we did every test that I know to do. And so we went through the whole thing there, doing all of that, and everything came back good. Of course. So our ohms were good on our ground that runs to the ECM that actually controls the spark. We were getting 12 plus volts, whatever it is at the battery, 12 and some change at every single coil, there. So then today I went back over all of my sensors. They're all getting 5 volts with a good ground. The TPS is now getting good ground and good voltage. I went down to the crank position sensor and the cam sensor. They're both getting 5 volts with a good ground. So I did order new spark plugs because there is the possibility we just got some bad plugs, but I don't think that is, because I've swapped plugs around and it didn't seem to change much. But who knows? If nothing else, if I find a problem before they get here, I'm probably still gonna swap them anyway, because these have just been through it with just getting soaked with gas and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know there. Anyway, but it's running better. So I feel like we are right on the heels of it. We've just got to figure out why it is just, something is just flaking out just a little bit. And we just got to figure out what it is. All right, guys, new day in the shop. So I feel like we're close. It's running better, but it's still doing the same thing that it's been doing. Crank it up and live data stream, the O2 sensors. I've been studying that, trying to get my mind around what that's supposed to look like. I will show you that. I don't know if I've ever showed that in the video. We're going to show you what our O2 sensors are reading, and kind of just let it warm up and watch those numbers and see if they tell us anything. Waiting on Andrew to come out here so we can arm test this wire, and we'll fire it up and see what the data shows us. All right, so y'all see our bouncing between low and high. They're both fluctuating pretty similar to low to high, low to high. But they're staying within range.
Now I feel it acting funny.
See, that's real rich. Bank 2. Both of them are reading real rich. 0.9. Shouldn't get any higher than 0.8. They're both setting 0.9s. But that's low voltage for notice the EGR is still not reading any voltage. EGR is just reading 0.
Cylinder 1. 6.
6, 0.
And 1 was 0.
1 was 0?
Yeah.
So we're losing injector pulse on 1 and 6.
And the EGR is not doing anything.
So we lost injector pulse. See, it's 0 on 1, 0 on 6. So why is that?
Because it was working.
It was reading at the beginning.
It was reading.
And then the... All right, guys. Well, I think that's as far as we're going to be able to get on this video. I've been bush hogging and mowing, and we got to get this video up. So here's where we're leaving off. And if you are a Hemi technician or have any experience in any of this at all, please comment, shoot me a message. I'd like to talk with you, because here's what we got. So obviously on the live data feed, we have some injectors that are just shutting off. The first time it was 1 and 6. And, you know, we've seen misfire in that before, where I've pulled those plugs and they'd be soaking wet in 1 and 6. It would also be soaking wet on number 7. The second time we run it today, number 7 shuts off. So the pulse indicator on 1 and 6 goes to 0 the first time it was running. The second time it was running, those two were firing again, and number 7 went to 0. So the question is the ECM cutting off the injectors? And if so, why? Why would it be doing that? The second thing is that we got to figure out now is if the ECM is not telling those to shut off, then obviously we have a short somewhere, more specifically I believe in the ground, that is controlling it, that is shorting and shutting them off randomly. That makes more sense in the sense that it's not, I would think if it was something mechanical, it would be the same cylinder every single time. But it's not. It's one time, and that's why maybe the code P300 keeps showing up. It never points to a specific cylinder. It just is random multi-cylinder misfire. So it seems to be random, but contained to those cylinders so far. Those are MDS cylinders. MDS shuts off 1, 7, 6, and 4. But MDS is disabled. MDS solenoids are not in the block anymore. They're gone, and the harness is up on the shelf. So I don't know. In MDS, I know Blake and them shut it off, and it even shows on the live data MDS is disabled. So I don't know what's going on there. That's what I got to figure too. Also, on the live data, all of the readings from the EGR were at 0. Now, I tested power and ground at the EGR. It's getting 5 volts. It's got a good ground, but the live data is not picking up anything on the EGR. So I don't know what's going on there. I've emailed Blake to see if maybe they had disabled EGR as well, which I kind of hope they did, because if it did, it means I can take that stupid tube off. But if not, I got to figure out what's going on there. So we seem to be narrowing in on the fact that our misfire is coming because when it's cold, all of them are running. When the engine is first fired up, all 8 injectors seem to be pulsing fine. They're all reading the same. But then all of a sudden, they shut off. The O2 sensor starts reading like 0.9, which is a high reading. And that's both of the upstream ones. They start reading 0.9 and some change, and injectors start shutting off. So I don't know. That's what we're looking at. So anyway, guys, if y'all have any suggestions, comment below. Let us know. I'm optimistic. It's running better, so we have a little victory under our belt. Now we gotta bring it home, and we gotta figure out what's going on with this, why these injectors are shutting off, because that's going to be the cause of our misfire. I had pulled off the valve covers before, turned the engine over. All the valve springs seem to be moving fine. None of them seem to be stuck or not operating. I also believe that if it was that, then it would be that cylinder showing up every single time, and that doesn't seem to be the case. It's random. So I don't know, but we're getting there, guys. We've got to get this resolved. We've got to get this is going on 2.5 months now that we have been fighting this misfire. So anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching. It's hot. I just got off the lawnmower and the bush hog, and I think I'm gonna go jump in the swimming pool. I'm covered in dust because we have gotten no rain, and it is 97 degrees right now with probably 60-70% humidity, somewhere in that ballpark, I'm gonna guess. And it is miserable. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week.
I got a new kitchen.
We're getting there, y'all. We are hanging doors and got to go back and put knobs on. I still got to put that front on. Got to put the sink in, and we got to put shelves. I'm planing the wood now, or about to go plane the wood to build the shelves out of. But
Show them the pantry. I love my pantry.
there's the pantry. Still got to hang a light.
Yeah.
And put doors up in here, but
this is what's been stealing our time from Termite.
yeah, this is why Termite's been just sitting out there, is because of this. But we're gaining on it. We're about done.
Yeah. Here is our finished product. We are so happy with how it turned out. We are so pleased with it. that didn't change, but then our pantry. It's a beautiful pantry now. I love my short shelves. We are so happy. Wes is such a good worker.